Hi, I'm going to show you Awakening by Darnell. We're going to walk through it part by part, the intro, the verses, the chorus, the bridge, and then we will play through with the track. Some notes on the effects. For one, I've got a medium overdrive on. Sounds like this. And then I also have a dotted eighth note delay on, set at 123 beats per minute, and that pretty much stays on throughout the song except for one part in the verse, and we'll get to that. I also put a capo on the 2nd fret because I like the voicings of the B shape chords. So if you're playing a B shape relative capo 2, it's a D flat, and that's the song is in D flat on the album. So I like these chords just because I feel like I get big, open, rich chords like that. There's also a part in the verse that utilizes an open B string, and I kind of like the sound of that. You don't have to do that, but that's something that I do. Okay, now let me walk you through part by part on the song. Here is the intro. Okay, let me show that to you without effects and walk through what fret and fingers I'm using. It starts out, I'm using my 3rd finger on the 14th fret of the B string, and then using my 2nd finger to hit the 13th fret on the G string. Kind of walks back there. And then I'm going to use my 3rd finger and just lay it down on the high E on the 14th fret. So after that, and grab that, and then walk down to the 13th, my 2nd finger, and then come back to the B string on the 14th with my 3rd finger. Okay, and then do that again. Okay, that's the first half of that riff. And then the reason why I do it with these 2 fingers instead of like the 1st and 2nd, which is kind of easier right there, but I do it here so that I can stay in one position the whole time, because you're going to have to grab this note down on the 11th fret of the G string, like that for the 2nd half of the riff. So it's just like the first riff, except instead of the G string on the 13th fret, it's going to drop down to the 11th. So. Okay, and then it just repeats that for the rest of the intro. It just does that kind of riff twice. Okay, so for the verse part, there's a whole lot of production in the verse with a lot of synth, arpeggiated weirdness in there that I can't exactly pinpoint what the electric is doing. I hear an electric in there. This is the best that I can come up with. I would set my guitar clean. I would use that strong dotted 8th note delay, and I would leave this B string open and bounce around something like this. Okay, something like that. So what I'm doing here is I'm palm muting this B string and kind of making a rhythm with that dotted 8th note delay, and then just bouncing between the 14th, the 12th, the 9th, and the 7th frets. So like I said, I don't know exactly what he's playing there, but if you play something around there, use your creativity and come up with something that fits that part. So if the bass is doing its job and the other rhythm electric is doing its job, that should fit in somewhere. Okay, now for the chorus. It actually uses a lot of the same fingerings and riffs as the intro, with one minor exception. So let me play through what the chorus would sound like. And then it would repeat that. But so the exception you can see is that very last riff that I played. Let me turn off my effects and show you. So it's the exact same thing as the intro. And then back to the first part of the intro. Okay, so what you're going to do there is put your first finger on the 11th fret of the G string, and your second finger on the 12th fret of the B string, and then you're going to kind of hammer on with your fourth finger to the 14th fret. And a rhythm something like that, but those are the notes in that. And that's the chorus. Obviously there's a rhythm electric guitar that's playing, you know, the chords, whatever, stuff like that. But that's what you would do for the lead guitar during the chorus. Okay, now when we get to the bridge, very simple. I don't really hear a strong lead line in there except for some of the synth parts that are going on in there. As far as guitar, I would just throw on your overdrive, throw on your delay, and do these big, rich chords. So what I'm doing is just this B, kind of B5 bar chord thing. Then when I want to hit that, the actual B note, so this is a D flat essentially. Then when you want to hit the B, I love this shape. I love what this can provide, a richness to the voicing. Basically, it's like an A2, A sus4 chord, something like that. Obviously, relative to the capo. I have my first finger on the 4th fret of the D string, and my 4th finger on the 6th fret of the G. I'm leaving the A open. Provides this nice, rich B chord in the song. And then that would be my G flat, F sharp chord. Basically, it's the same, almost the same thing as that A, but you're taking your first finger and grabbing the A string on the 4th fret, and then you leave the E open. And that's the bridge. So let's put it all together and play along with the track.